4, verse 35. Be honest with you, I got in here and I was wanting to preach. I believe I could just kept listening to Brother Will. I've looked at my old outlines here, and then, but Lord keeps directing me to these verses here, and it's something that I've just had on my mind. It just seems like for all week. It just keeps replaying, and I feel like I'd be a mistake to try to go preach an old outline. And verse 35, it says, "In the same day when the evening was come, he saith unto them, Let us pass over unto the other side. And when they had sent away the multitude, they took him even as he was in the ship, and there was also with him other little ships. And there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. And he was in the hinder part of the ship asleep on a pillow. And they awake him and say unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? And he arose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm." I was reading these verses, and it just seems like the thought gets up on my mind about this storm that they get into. And isn't it great that day that God said, let's go to the other side? Amen. You know, he visited with me. He came to me one day and he said, we're going to go to the other side. And I started on this journey. And I thought about it a lot like a ship on a journey. And we see that it's just to the other side that we see the length of the travel. I don't think it's going to be very long, Brother Forrest. I think it's going to be a short time. Job compares it to a weaver shuttle or a post that's passing by when we're riding by it. I think it's going to be a short time. We think about the length of the travel, but then we go on. And as Christians, I think that we start out on this trip and we're with the Lord and we're joyful and we're happy. But a ship carries cargo. And we start loading our cargo into our ships. And there's a lot of things that we can put into these ships that are beneficial. A lot of things that would help this church. A lot of things that would help our walk with Christ. Like the Bible and prayer and just the service for the Lord. But there's also a lot of baggage that we put into these ships that don't need to be there. We start loading in all the things of this world, all the cares of the world, all the wants of the world, everything that the world has into us. But also, I think we start loading some bitterness into the ship. I think that we get guilty of putting some anger in the ship. Then all of a sudden, we're hurt at this one, we're hurt at that one. We got to put that in the ship. We got to load that in. And then suddenly, this trip that's supposed to be a short journey, that we're supposed to be serving God and using the moments and time that we have to worship and serve Him, suddenly our ship's weighted down and it gets full. And we're in a storm. And this easy sailing is now coming into hard times. Fearful times. Even though that these disciples had been with God and they'd seen all the miracles that He'd been doing, healing the people in the land, answering prayers, but now their ship's full. It's getting beat and battered. And I think as Christians, sometimes that's where we find ourselves. If we've been going any time at all, that's where we're going to find ourselves. We're either coming into a storm, going out of a storm, or we're in the storm. But a lot of it, I think, is our own fault, for us. I think a lot of times that we look over here and I say, well, I don't know about what Brother Andy preached. I don't like it. I'm going to put that in my ship. We say, I don't like the way that they looked at me. I'm going to put that in my ship. You know, they said that. I think they meant that this way. I'm going to put that in my ship. They didn't look at me and wave when they was leaving. I'm going to put that in my ship. And then suddenly we're supposed to be on this nice sailing with the Lord and knowing that He's with us. He's in the hinder part of the ship. But instead of we're just focusing on that luggage, that baggage, that burden of the ship. And it becomes a burden. Even though we have the answer here that all we have to do is say, Lord, carest thou? And He would answer yes. You know, I think Christians sometimes they get comfortable in the storm. They get used to the storm. And they like the storm. And suddenly they're in this ship and they're traveling alone. And they're not looking for an exit. Because they like that cargo that's in there. They don't want to get it out. They would rather be sunk. They would rather carry that down to the bottom and never do anything for the Lord, never have any service for the Lord. They would rather their ship be sunk for us. I'm going to carry this to me to the end. It's filled my ship, and it's all that I care about now. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to carry all this baggage and this burden? We're carrying it where the Lord is. We're the temple of God. He's inside of us, and we're putting all this stuff in here on top of it. Mixing in all this stuff that doesn't need to be there, that's not important. Because just as we said, this travel is just for a little while. It's just a short journey. Of course, I don't have time to be mad at you. I don't have time to be mad at the preacher. I don't have time to be bitter at Brother Dwight. Because it's a short journey. And I'm just getting to the other side. But I like that cargo. It's easier to carry that cargo. I don't care if it's going to sink me. I'm just going to keep taking it on. A little bit more, a little bit more. But then when you hit that storm and the waves are beating, that's when you fall. Have we not seen it throughout time? If you've been in church any time at all, you've seen those people, and you can tell that they start to get bitter. They start to get sideways. And it's just all of a sudden the water's coming over the top, and their ship starts sinking. You know what the crazy thing is? They'll say, that's so-and-so's fault that my ship's sinking. If they hadn't put this cargo on my ship, it wouldn't be sinking. That's this person over here, it's their fault. Really, you're the one that's been putting all that baggage, all that burden into the ship. And you don't even see that it's you that's sinking your own ship. So you can sail pretty good when the waters are calm, when there's not nothing else in your life. But when that storm comes up in your life, and suddenly you've got all this cargo, all this baggage, and the storm's there, that's when the problem hits. That's when you're in trouble. That's when you're in danger of shipwreck. I believe if it's me tonight, I would say, forget all this cargo, I'm throwing it out. I'm going to lighten my load, I'm going to lighten my travel, and I'm going to go to the other side with God. Amen. There is one thing in this ship that's worth keeping. And it's Him. Oh. Hey. Good. Hey. But are you comfortable in your storm? Are you comfortable with your ship being full with all the wrong things? Have you found that's the place you like to be? We see the answer. You know, we get in these situations and we say, Lord, you don't even care. Lord, I'm struggling so much, Lord. Do you even care? He said, I paid everything for you. I died on a cross for you. I took every sin that you ever committed and I paid for it as you. But Lord, I like that anger. I like that bitterness. It's easy. But now your ship's sinking. The Lord asked two questions to their question, carest thou not? He says, why are you so fearful? And how is it that ye have no faith? That's the results of loading those ships up. When the storm comes, we start to get fearful and we lose our faith. We stop looking at the thing that matters. We forget that He's just underneath, just right here below. All I got to say is, Lord, we need your help. Lord, I need your help. Lord, I can't deal with this anger. Lord, I can't deal with this bitterness inside of me. Lord, I can't deal with this hurt. I need your help, Lord. That's when we need to ask, Lord, do you care, Lord? And He's going to come up and He's going to say, peace, be still. Peace, be still. I wonder, are you looking for some peace? Is your ship battered? Are you tired of carrying around this luggage, this burden? What are you full of? It's just a short trip to the other side. And you have the only thing that matters if you sit here saved. He's going to get you to the other side. The question is it worth carrying all that stuff that you're carrying with you right now? Or would you just dump it overboard and go to the other side with Him? Brother Andy.